This segment is brought to you by JigMasters Jigs. When in doubt, get the jig out. Go to JigMasters.com and use promo code PNF20 and save 20% off your next jig order today.
You're listening to The Reel Down, sponsored by Ketch Photo Release Tournaments. This is your premier tournament source. Here are your hosts, Sam Jones and Dan Perry.
What's going on, everyone? We are live. I think. I hope we're live. It's crazy. It's loud. I know. We knew it was going to be crazy here. We didn't know it was going to be this crazy. Everyone's eating up the TRC covers right now. We all set, man? Are we live?
Let's see.
Got my guy. I got my man Dan back here. My buddy, my co-host. So we are live at the TRC Covers booth here at the Bassmasters Classic. Long awaited. We're what? We're late. We're supposed to have an episode out yesterday. We didn't get it done. But what's cooler than being live here at the Bassmasters Classic? If you're watching, give us a thumbs up. Let us know where you're watching from. Let us know you can hear us and all this madness and craziness. It'll slow down here and there. Dan's being creepy behind me. Anyway, we're going to get things kicked off here in just a minute. So thanks for tuning in on this Saturday morning. Denny, thanks for jumping in, bud. Thanks for letting us know you can hear us. We appreciate that. So, yeah, live episode of The Reel Down on a Saturday, doing something a little bit different here today. We will download and upload this later. We're going to talk about the tournaments that are going on. We're going to talk about the Classic. Hopefully we'll have some guest appearances here. We're going to go for about an hour as normal. So buckle in. We're going to get this thing going here in just a minute. Give us just a second. All right. Where are you guys watching from? Make sure you share this post with your friends and family. Start a watch party, whatever it is you want to do there. We appreciate that. But, Paddle and Fin live. Bassmasters Classic.
Classic. If you've never been, you got to come. It's like, I don't know. It's heaven. If you're into bass fishing, it's heaven.
Yeah, it's wicked awesome. Hopefully you guys can hear Dan okay, too. This is not a typical studio setting we got. But should be pretty cool. Should be pretty fun. And we're going to kick things off here at about the 3-minute mark. So hang with us for just a moment.
We get up in here too.
We're going to talk loud as we can so you guys can hear us. We're going to kick this thing off right now. Welcome back. You're listening to another episode of The Reel Down on Paddle and Fin podcast, live from the Bassmasters Classic here at the TRC Covers booth. TRC. Yeah, show sponsor, TRC Covers, being nice enough to let us take over their booth for an hour here and bring you some live coverage from the Bassmasters Classic. I'm so hyped up. This is so awesome.
Heck yeah.
Love being here. A lot of big industry names and leaders here, as well as our friends coming by and stopping by the booth and saying hi. Hopefully a couple people will stop by. It's crazy, though. I can imagine that people can't even make it over here right now. So first and foremost, again, I want to give a huge shout out to TRC Covers for letting us have the booth space here to do this. We're going to talk a little bit about their product. If you guys haven't already, go back and listen to the episode that I did with Josh and Brad about TRC Covers on the final cast. We talked about this product in depth, but I'm going to talk about it a little bit right now just so you guys who haven't heard can get a chance to know what this product's all about. So TRC Covers is fishing rod protection it all started right here with the fishing rod covers. These covers are unique because they offer a foam tip rod protection inserted inside the cover. They float, which is amazing. These ends are rubber coated to keep your rod tips from busting through, keep them protected when you're banging them in and out of the truck, the car, the boat, the kayak, whatever it is. Of course, you got the rubber compound on the end as well that keeps your hooks from getting caught in there. Makes these things super easy to use. They're customizable. You guys have seen the paddle and fin ones we have. If you haven't seen those, go check those out. But you can put jig rod on here. You can put, your personal brand, your Instagram handle, whatever you want on this cover.
High school team, college team.
You got it. You got it. Exactly.
Customize it to your team or to you individually.
That's right. And then another really cool thing is this braid has a really tight woven construction that keeps your guides from popping through and actually protects your rod, unlike some other traditional covers on the market.
Garbage.
Well, yeah. So a made in America, veteran-owned, handcrafted covers. Check them out. They also have awesome reel covers for your low-profile reels. Keep them from getting all that rash and beat up while you're traveling and transporting them. In addition to that,
I like this.
This is new for the Classic, redesigned lure cover. So this goes around your lures, treble hooks, all that, keeps them from snagging other covers and other reels and line in your seats. Protects it from, kids, if you got kids in the house or animals. But this is the new smoked version, which is really cool. Redesigned, really nice. Check those out as well. And then one of my favorite products, we designed this at the last Bassmaster Classic with Fluke Master, is the wire cover. So for years, guys have been cutting up old covers and using that to cover their wires on their boat. Now we've got a wire cover made for you. Nice dipped in. It's not going to fray. It's going to last forever. It's going to look nice. So these are going to be available on the website shortly. They're already available here at the Bassmaster Classic. If you're here, come by the TRC Covers booth. Check us out. We got some awesome promotions and sales going on, all the new products. And as well, we've got a Bassmaster Classic sale going on, trccovers.com. So if you can't make the Classic, when you're done watching this or listening to this, go over to trccovers.com. Yep, 20% off online, all orders. So go check that out if you can. Yeah, that's my spiel about TRC Covers. I'm going to take a drink of water.
Look, I'm going to break it down. I used to have a bunch of old rod covers, the kind you get from the big box store, and they were garbage. I didn't use them. I haven't used them for years. TRC came on paddle and fin. They got with us, and now it's the easiest thing to talk about because they are the best. If you go from something that's just, it's your eyes are getting stuck. It's so much of a hassle. But now whenever I'm in the kayak and I use a TRC cover, the hooks that are in my black pack, I've got my rods up, and if I've got a rattle trap or something on there, it'll get caught on your, on the back of your seat. It'll get caught on the back of your shirt or hoodie. Get some TRCs. I promise you won't be sorry. They're having a sale right now. And the lure covers, that's awesome. Definitely, it's nice to have somebody competing with another brand that's out there. And these, to me, are a little bit easier to get on and off. So I'd say that was an improvement from what's out there right now. Reel cover. The good thing about being a kayak fisherman is you don't have to have 30 rods and reels like I did whenever I was in a bass boat. Now you can have a little bit less. Some of us go crazy. I probably still have at least 20. But if you're going to have 6 and you're going to have nice rods and reels, protect your investment. Get the reel cover. Get the rod cover. You won't be sorry.
Absolutely. And I see Denny says sold already. Love it. So, yeah, we just want to take a second to talk about TRC Covers because they were nice enough to let us have some booth space here at the Bassmaster Classic. Appreciate you guys tuning in. I see Nathan Grant, what's going on? I see Sean, Denny. We appreciate you being with us. If you're listening to this after the fact, thanks for checking out the podcast as well. Sorry for being a little bit late, but man, we had a crazy week. Yeah. We had a lot of things we planned to do, and it just didn't happen. We battled rain and late nights and wind and cold. And wow,
It was some bad conditions. Like, I was sitting there thinking, this might be the worst possible conditions. And I said, well, I can't say that because it's not a thunderstorm. And then it started thundering.
It
was just, the water was chocolate. It was about as bad as it can get. And you can tell a lot of people were saying it was probably going to be at 92, maybe 93 inch range. It would win. And I think it was 85. They ended up winning. So it definitely, pushed down the limits and made it tougher out there. But the people that did it, congratulations, because they battled some really tough conditions and did really well. So
yeah, and if you don't know what tournament we're talking about, we just finished up the very first ever Bass Nation Kayak Series event, the inaugural event. History. 10 guys got to walk across the Bassmasters Classic stage yesterday. It was an amazing experience. In the Bass Nation Kayak Series group page, Steve Owens posted a picture yesterday evening of Russ Snyder.
That was so cool.
I mean, I'm not kidding you. As a fan, it hit me. Like, it hit me because you just see Russ just staring up at the lights, right? And he's so pumped up. He's so excited. He's in awe. And Steve just did an amazing job of capturing that moment, because every one of those guys was feeling that, and to be able to see that and experience that, I wish I could have been on the stage. That's what the goal was. I didn't make it, but I'm still so proud to have been a part of it and seen these guys go across the stage. And we'll have another chance next year.
Yep, that's right. And there's a lot of other events coming up with Bass this year. They've got them out west, Chickamauga, up on La Crosse. They got four other ones. Yeah, they got 4 other ones coming up. So you still have, not Lake Fork, that one's already closed, but you can still get in on some of the other ones.
Clear Lake, I think, out in California, right?
And if you have the 3 elite tours, whether it's KBF Pro Tour, Hobie, and now Bassmaster, for their first event, Steve Owens, congratulations to him, because they really came from out of nowhere to make it's Bassmaster. You expected them to do something great, and they really did. Hobie, I'd say, have a little bit of leg up because they feed us. I do like the getting fed. But besides that, the event was awesome, ran smooth. Everybody was so happy to be there. Really, it was like, if you weren't there, I understand if you couldn't be, but man, it was just awesome being in the crowd. It was a who's who of kayak fishing, and just being a fan of the sport. It was an amazing time and an amazing place, and it was great getting to meet everybody. And now coming to a classic, it's great.
Yeah, obviously we wish we could have had better conditions. Unfortunately, that's just the way it plays out in this sport. But yeah, we all still had a great time, and it was exciting. We'll go over a couple of the results here. We'll go ahead and talk about the top 10 for this event, because gosh, they deserve a call out. They got to walk on the biggest stage last night, and that's just amazing. So starting off in 10th place, let's start at 10th. This guy is on an absolute tear. There's no way you would have bet against this guy. Excuse me. That's 9th place. So 10th place was Corey Racer. Corey Racer, he came in with 83 inches.
Totally solid. He had a big 19 and a quarter, and that's kind of what pushed him up there. There were a lot of just below him that, a lot of people thought the numbers were really stacked beneath him. But so having that one big fish was enough to propel him up to the top 10. Congratulations to him. But like Sam was saying, number 9, he was at where I finished. His truck was at the same launch. Russ Snyder's killed it. This man has won the 10. And then he won the last event. Where did he win right before this one?
It was Texas, wasn't it?
Yeah. Lake Fork Hobie event. He won that. And now he comes here and gets 10th against 232 people, I think it was. Russ Snyder's is on fire. If hopefully, I don't know if anybody put him in their fantasy league with Drew Gregory, but if you did, you're probably number 1 right now, because that dude has crazy momentum. And how can you bet against him for the rest of the year? He's just I think this is going to continue, and he's really setting himself as one of the absolutely elite anglers of kayak fishing right now.
Yeah, absolutely. He is going on a tear like we've not seen in this sport yet.
Yep.
And he's someone that's going to be in the game for a long time at the top, I believe.
Yeah.
Coming up in 8th place was Mark Binkley with 83.25 as well, but he had a 19-inch fish.
Yep.
That put him over the top. This tournament really came down, the results came down to quarters of an inch in so many cases, from the qualifiers, which, by the way, 44 guys out of the 230 that signed up for the event were able to qualify for next year's Bassmaster Classic. It really came down to a quarter of an inch so many times here. So Mark Binkley with 83.25. Shout out to Mark. Awesome job there.
Good job.
Coming in at 7th,
Jimmy McClurkin. Kirkan. One of those two.
Jimmy M.
There you go. Jimmy M. He killed it with 83.75. Again, some of these names you might not heard before, but like we had talked about before, this is a year where people are going to be able to come in and get in on the big stage, and our industry's growing so fast. I think there's always going to be some common names, but you're going to get sprinkled into these big events. You're going to get people that you haven't heard before.
Absolutely. Yep. Number 6, we call him the mystery man in Indiana because nobody knows who he is, but he's always in the rankings, right?
Yep.
Dave Sewell. Got to meet him this weekend at the boat ramp. Awesome guy. Coming in at 6th place with 84 inches. Another guy who had a tough practice, but on tournament day found a way to get it done. Coming in the top 10 in 6th place. Awesome job, Dave.
5th place, you had Lance Burris, and he was actually leading the tournament whenever it shut off, or most of the day. Right before it shut off, I think he had went down to 2nd. They ended up in 5th place. Lance Burris, 84.25, had a 20.25 and an 18. So congratulations to him.
Absolutely. And then coming in 4th place,
One of them native guys.
Yep, just announced, moving to Team Native on the Bassmaster stage last night. Absolutely epic. No surprise, once again, Eric Siddiqui.
With the most beautiful beard.
Oh, yeah.
That man is well bearded.
He is just exotic.
He's
just exotic. Yep. No. So Eric Siddiqui coming in, fishing one spot all day, fished a culvert, water pumping in, and put up 84.5 inches. Awesome job, Eric. Fan of Paddle and Fin as well. Love you, buddy. Great job.
3rd, you had.
Let me take this one. All right, I got to take this one, okay? Another good friend of mine, fellow team member on Wicked Weight's staff. This guy, I mean, he exemplifies what the sport and the community of kayak bass fishing is all about. I mean, seriously, he's an amazing guy. He cooks for us up at La Crosse. He's a chef. I mean, I can't say enough about him. Big Les, John Lessman, coming in 3rd place.
84.75. And you can tell these weights are so stacked.
Yeah.
I mean, all right next to each other. It's amazing. He actually tied with 2nd place, Mr. Mark Edwards, also with 84.75. But he did have a bigger fish. That was Jonathan. His big was 18.75, and Mark Edwards, his was a 19. So that's why he got 2nd.
Another quarter of an inch difference. Yep. And I think John was paddling.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, I think he was paddling. So I don't think he even had a motor. So that's pretty cool. And then one of the guys who have been in the game the longest, I think he said 15 years.
Wow.
I think is what he said. And I could have got that wrong, but 15 years. Coming in 1st place, winning the inaugural event. I can't even imagine what he's going through right now.
Living a dream.
87.75 inches. Jim Davis.
Congratulations.
Shout out to Jim.
From Tennessee.
Absolutely.
Not too far from here. We're in Birmingham right now. And, not too far. Congratulations to him. I'm sure he's getting some phone calls right now. Some companies trying to get on board with somebody who's got so much experience. And, he's really showed himself just being on stage to be somebody who's you're going to see his name, and somebody who's a good man and enjoys what he does and is real passionate about the sport. So congratulations to Mr. Jim Davis.
Yep, absolutely. I mean, and what a tough event. The numbers at the top look pretty good, but there were dozens upon dozens of zeros. Very, very tough. Yeah, so, I mean, some of the biggest names in the industry with zeros yesterday. So tough.
Zeros
tough
or
event.
one fish. A lot of people only had one or maybe even two.
What's going on? Tough. We got none other than, I mean, how do we even explain what this gal does? She just crushes it all day behind the scenes. Doesn't get enough love. Putting all the work. KBF's very own Lynette. What's up, Lynette? We're live on Paddle and Fin right now. You don't have to come on camera. It's okay. We just want to say hi. Yeah, well, you guys couldn't hear that, but Jamie just says you get more attention than I do. But I mean,
if I get your email address,
can you blame us? Can you blame us, Jamie? You want to come around here, Jamie? Say hi to the folks. All right, we're gonna bring Jamie in real quick. Jamie competed in this event as well. Another guy that just had a tough time.
It's so awesome being here and see everybody walk by.
It's
every pro.
This is it.
What's up, guys? How we doing?
Jamie Dennison in the house.
Oh, shoot, I don't know about all that, guys.
What's up? What's
I
up,
don't know, man?
Did you have a good time yesterday?
Oh, I had a ball yesterday.
You enjoyed the show?
I did. Well, I didn't get to see much of it. We're
No?
actually seeing it today.
Okay.
I got to hang out in the St. Ford booth all day yesterday, working with Power Tech, their clothing line provider. And
Nice.
sold a few fishing rods and talked a lot of fishing and got to discuss just how poorly I done this past weekend. So,
Rough conditions.
That's there
man.
with you.
Yeah, rough
no,
conditions.
Yeah, but,
Some
I had
people
the
got
bites,
it
I
done.
just didn't execute.
So same here, man. I found them on a flat, and they were just stacked in there. Big bites too. I couldn't keep them pegged up. I could not. I mean, I can't tell you. I had 4 nice ones, like rod doubled over, screaming, pull and drag. Could not keep them hooked up. I've never had that problem before. I don't know. It's because something different with Coosa spots or what. Just could not get them in the boat. What do you think? What was your experience there?
Well, I had 2 on a crankbait and 2 on a tube, and actually I had 3 big heads on yesterday. That's what they call largemouth on there.
Yeah, that's right.
And I don't know. They just did say I was snake bit.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen often to me, but it was a bad day to happen. I really wanted to walk across that stage, and because all I could see, I didn't care about the check. I didn't care about the trophy.
Right.
All I wanted to see was my Instagram numbers climb. I know that's crazy, but that's all I can think about.
No.
But,
I feel you. Social media is a huge part of the game today.
It is, and that's all I could really. That's what I was thinking about, and it just, I don't know.
Yeah.
They just come unbuttoned, and that's fishing, that's life, and
Well, we got
I'm
another
ready for it.
opportunity,
I'm headed to Norman next week, and
nice.
yeah,
Heading to Norman. Okay.
yeah, I wanted to go to Fort, but it's a little far for me. And,
Yeah,
I
I feel
just
you.
don't have. I still try to work a full-time job, and they're starting to say, "Jamie, man, I took 11 weeks off last year,
Oh, yeah.
and they're like, man, you want to work, you want to fish?" It's like, are you really asking me that question? Or what?
Right,
So,
right.
but we'll see how it goes.
Do you see yourself doing this full time at some point, stepping away from the day job? And
It's a slow process, but I believe it's coming.
okay, awesome. There are a few
Things
people.
are in the works, and we'll see how it goes.
Awesome. Well, we're gonna let you get back to the show.
Guys, I thank you for having me on.
Thanks
man.
for stopping by.
Yeah, guys. Good luck to y'all, and we'll see y'all at the next one.
All right, we'll see you.
Thanks, guys.
Bye. All right, so there you go. Our first guest, little stop by of the show. We're gonna run this thing for about an hour. Hopefully, a couple more people stop in. If we run a little over, that's okay too. I hope you guys could hear Jamie and what was going on there and what we were talking about. But basically, just talking again about how tough this event was, and even for a stick like Jamie, struggling to get bites in the boat, which was definitely my problem. So. But yeah, anyway, where were we before that? I don't know. We were talking about this awesome event that we just had. You know, prior to this event, we had a couple as well. Hobie had an event last week. We were at Lake Fort. And
like we said, Russ Snyder's but there's just, we're in such a great time in our sport right now with Bassmaster coming on and then Bass Nation. And I think you're seeing a lot, maybe some changes in the sport where people are going motor. That's going to be a big one coming up. I'm excited to see what's going to be at ICAST. Old Town just revealed their new autopilot, and that was...
Yeah, if you are here and you haven't seen that, they're all the way downstairs. That is an amazing rig.
It really is. Being out on the water, I launched the same place as Cody Milton, and he has the he has a new Canoe Pursuit with the motor guide.
Yep.
And seeing somebody, I don't have a motor on pedal. I have a Titan 12, and I love my boat. And all my local tournaments and club, they don't allow motors, so I haven't moved up to one. But seeing somebody with Spotlight, seeing somebody who was able to do some things that I wasn't able to do, it really changed my my perception of motors and kayak fishing. It's an arms race now, and I think if you're fishing at some of these big events like Bassmaster and you don't have a motor, I was real hesitant, but I think now I'm going motor. And that was a big change for me in this event.
Yeah, and you know, there's nothing wrong with the paddle only events.
Yeah,
that's a great avenue for people. But if you're going to compete at this level in the KBF, in the Pro Tour, in the Bass,
you better have a motor.
But if you don't,
you can do it, but you're limited. You're limited to what you can do. If you want to have everything available to you, every bit of water, every sitting on a point whenever there's current, there's just so many different things that you can do with a motor. If you only paddle, you're limited and you're at a disadvantage. And I think anybody, if you go into an event and you're limited, you feel like you're limited, you feel like you're not on the same level as some other people, you probably already lost it before you started.
Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, you're definitely not going to see a guy go out on the Elite Series or the FLW Series and not take a trolling motor, not take a graph. In fact, they're going to have as many graphs as they can get on that boat within reason and power, you know. So it just comes down to giving yourself every advantage you can. So absolutely, I think you're going to see motor numbers soar. And obviously that's the trend in the industry because major kayak companies like Old Town are coming out with built-in motor systems. And there are rumors that others are already in the works with doing some other stuff similar to this and working with other brands in the industry that provide a motor solution. So definitely it's trending that way, and we're seeing the sport evolve so quickly, and that's really, really cool. So
if you know, it's different. If you want to stay on the local level and not do motors, I think that's a great way to go. One day you can work up to the bigger events, things like that, and still fish Hobie without a motor. But if you want to be on the big ones, it's time.
Absolutely. Yeah. So coming up next weekend, Bass is heading to Lake Fort. So a lot of the guys that are here for this event are hanging out for the Classic and then getting on the road and going to Lake Fort. I mean, guys are spending a lot of time on the road this year. You know, I've been on the road this is day 9. Day 9 on the road. Thanks for Dan put me up in his place. Him and the wife, you know, took care of us. So fed us lasagna one night. So thanks for that. But it's all about having support, you know, from great sponsors and great people to get you through this. But man, I can't imagine 9 days here and then driving to Texas for another week.
I think there's a lot of people, if you fish 4 out of 5 of the Bassmaster events, you qualify for the national championship next year. So if you're not going to fish the out west, the Clear Lake one, then you have to, or Delta, I'm sorry, not Clear Lake, then you have to fish back to back here at Logan Martin, then you have to go and fish Fort. So It's I think that's what a lot of people are doing.
Yeah, and that's going to be a great event. I think 150, almost 150 anglers signed up for that one as well. Amazing. 230 guys competed in this one. So awesome turnout. So you can definitely see the growth in the community here in the kayak space, which is great.
I have a question. What did you, and we haven't talked about this, what do you think about a one-day event versus a two-day?
Hated it. I'll just be flat out honest. I hate the idea of a one-day event at this level. A $250 entry fee, 230 guys fishing on big water like this. I do not like the idea of a single day event. That's just me. I know a lot of people love it because it doesn't take up a ton of time. They can get home to their families afterwards pretty quickly. But I would actually like to see it be a 3-day, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I would agree, at least a 2-day. Man, $250 is a whole lot of money to drop on a one-day event. It just, if you're not doing this full time, and I think all of us, you want to do what you can. If you're a family person, you don't want to take too much money away from your family. So $250 for a one-day event, that was in my mind. And I would definitely like to see it move to at least a 2-day event.
Yeah, the nice thing about the $250 entry fee is a guy got to walk away with $10,000 for fishing a single-day event, which is amazing.
New record. That has to be a new record.
I would think for a single-day event. Second place was $7,000. They paid out to 30th place. You got your money back with $250. So that's awesome. Bass did an amazing job. Don't want to take away from that at all. But there's something to be said for the strategy and the tactics that go into play in a multi-day event, especially when you have conditions like we had where things were changing on a dime. The bite yet on Thursday was completely different than the bite for the previous 5 days, I can tell you, of practice.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So what would have happened on Friday? We had a cold front come through, really cold night. Would the bite have been better? Would it have been worse? How would it have moved the fish? And that's where I think you really start to see who can dominate the conditions day in and day out. So I just think and I enjoy it a little more, having multi-days to fish. So if you're watching this or listening to it after the fact, we'll put up a poll later on what you guys think. Should it be single day, 2-day, or 3-day? But drop a comment if you're watching right now. And let us know. What do you think? Single day event, was that where it should have been? Should have been 2 days or 3 days? So let us know what you guys think.
Maybe that'll change in the future. I think there's a lot of people that wish that because the events were changing so much and you were stuck ramps on Logan Martin, that a lot of people were kind of pigeonholed into a certain area. And maybe at 2-day event, you would have seen I think you would have seen people, names you see more. I think you would have seen those people rise to the top at the end of the event. So maybe it's better for some people who don't fish as many events.
My sister will.
I mean, that's not fair either, but I think you would have seen.
It definitely would have had an impact.
Yeah, it would have had an impact.
We can't know how it would have impacted it, but it definitely would have made a difference, I think. But nonetheless, an amazing event, and love what's going on there. Anybody have any questions in the comments? We don't often get to, in fact, we've never recorded live on this episode. So if you have any questions, please drop them in the comments and we'll try and answer them for you right now. We're about 30 minutes into this. Thanks for hanging out, watching with us on a Saturday. And thanks for listening to it after the fact. And some of you are probably on the water.
Yeah, probably. If you've never been to a Bassmasters
I have a good
Classic,
friend who's very Irish.
It's amazing. Like whenever I'm coming up, and I posted it on our Instagram. Go follow us, Paddle and Fin on Instagram. But you drive in a parking lot, you see Trey Zaldane's truck, and you see Brandon Pollinig's truck. You see people everywhere.
Randall Tharp, Kevin Van Dam, Rick Plum.
Everybody in the booth. Everybody, if you want to come and get a picture, if you want to, anything you want to do, there's so many good deals going on at the Classic that next time, if you've never been to one, don't miss it. It really is worth every penny. Even if you have to drive a little bit, come to a Classic. Like, check it off your bucket list. because it's
Shoot, if
worth
I
it.
know
And
that,
speaking
I
of
wouldn't
buckets,
have-
like
They gave free buckets.
free buckets, free stuff everywhere. We got a free Spro BBC One Shad swim bait yesterday,
Wow.
and the size 81. All you had to do is drop your email in. Free hooks, free baits everywhere. It is a really awesome event, and the pretzels and cheese are amazing. So you gotta come check out the pretzels and cheese, if nothing else.
Pretzels and cheese.
Yeah, man. That's my favorite snack. And typically at a show, they're like the standard frozen ones that they warm up. No, these were like awesome pretzels. Just saying. I know that's random, but I love pretzels and cheese. I'm a little hungry right now. Somebody wants to get me a pretzel and cheese. I'm all about it. Yeah, that's another awesome thing here at the Classic, as well as all the new product. You know, iCast is an event everyone looks forward to every year, but limited people get to go and experience it. Bassmasters Classic is a place where you can experience all the cool stuff going on and see all the new products that are out there on the market. Just in this room alone, we have 3 new brands launching.
Just the email
here, which is really cool.
And you'll definitely be seeing more from Paddle and Fin this weekend. We're going to be posting. We'll post on Facebook. We'll post on Instagram. So if you have any questions, if there's anything you want to see specifically, send us a direct message to either me or Sam. We'll try to do what we can and get you a video and put it up, because there's a lot of things that it might not be a brand that we cover or one brand that we use their bait specifically or something like that. But maybe there's something you've heard about that's out and you want to see more of it, or maybe a question wasn't answered somewhere else on YouTube or on a video. Let us know and we'll try and get those specific details for you and do everything we can. Yeah, it's a great place to be.
For sure. So, what's next on the tournament schedule for you, Dan?
It's just going to be all local stuff for a while.
Okay. What you got coming up?
Yeah, next is North Alabama Kayak Anglers, Gunnersville. That's right before the KBF National Championship. And they usually have 70, 80 anglers in each tournament. This year, it's probably going to be maybe push 100. The first one of the year is always the biggest. And great event. Got third in it last year. Look, it's actually with the weather, I think it's going to be a little bit earlier in the year. Last time it was a post-spawn event, and this one is going to be right around the spawn. So I'm excited to see how that's going to go. It's here on the 21st, I believe. So looking forward to that.
So North Alabama Kayak Anglers, that's kind of like your home club. Now, how many events have you guys had this year?
0. They only do 4. I usually fish North Alabama Kayak Anglers. They have 4 trail stops and then a championship. And then Iron City is my local club here within. They usually fish within an hour of Birmingham. And then at the end of the year, there's a state classic where the top 10 from each club in the state, they all fight it out for Angler of the Year. I've gotten 7th the last 2 years on that, but this year, I know it's going to be on a different lake, so I'm looking forward to that. Last 2 years, it's been on the river down in Wetumpka, so I'm ready to swap it up. I'm not really so much of a river guy, so looking forward to that. Yeah, got both great clubs. If you're here in Alabama, check us out. Iron City Kayak Anglers, North Alabama Kayak Anglers. We have Facebook groups. Come check us out.
And Iron City just had an event.
We did, and that was Saturday before the tournament on Logan Martin, and I got second in that. And if you would have, that was a 3-fish tournament. If you would have averaged the 3 fish I got, and then it would have been 89 inches, which I would have won the tournament. The Bassmasters, so I'm especially disappointed with how things happen up north on the lake. A lot of on the river.
It's out of your hands, right? The river came way up. It was raging. We had like 6 inches of rain, it seemed like, over 2 days prior to the tournament. You know, there was a lot of people that were going to fish that section of the river that just really couldn't do it. And you know, there's nothing you can do about that.
It was a 12-mile float. Me and Ryan Lambert signed up for, and we both zeroed.
Thank you very much.
Once you start a 12-mile float, you are locked in. It didn't happen for us. I'm happy for the people that did well, but definitely disappointed. So how about you, Sam? What do you have coming up?
Next,
you have a lot. You're going to be fishing all over.
Next up is Pickwick Wheeler Wilson KBF Pro Tour.
I love Pickwick.
Yeah, I actually got some things going on. I'm not sure if I'm going to make that or not. If I do make it, it will be with very limited practice, maybe a day at best. After that, I've got.
I got it.
Sorry. After that, I've got. Let's see. What's after that? Oh, national championship.
The big one.
The big one. So we got some local stuff at home. Indiana Kayak Anglers and Southern Indiana Yak Anglers Club will be fishing. The next big one is the national championship on Guntersville. So I'll be back down here in Birmingham at the end of the month to start practicing for that.
I'll be there with you.
Absolutely.
I'm not fishing national championship, but I just love Guntersville, so I'll come up there and practice with you.
I appreciate that. Yeah, guys, sorry, it is crazy here. So there's like a lot of things to grab our attention. Plus, I'm looking for people to grab and pull in for you guys if they walk by. So sorry for all the back and forth and head bobbing and stuff like that. But there are a couple people that I want to introduce you guys to. Also hanging out here at the TRC Covers booth. This isn't a kayak-specific thing, but it's a great organization. So give me just a second. I'm going to pull those folks in here.
If you have any questions, just put them in the comments. What's up, Josh?
Just need an email address.
Oh, and Lance Burris did have the biggest bass head tournament. There you go.
Got an email?
Yes, ma'am.
Put your email address and I'll give you.
And again, if you didn't hear us at the beginning, you can check out TRC Covers online, and they're going to be having a 20% off discount for the Classic. TRCcovers.com.
Text. San Antonio.
Here we go. About to get them over here.
Oh, wow, okay.
All I know is I'm about to spend some serious money here at the Classic. There's some things I've seen that I need to have.
I'm trying not to leave the booth too much because it could be bad. But I'll tell you what, Mike has got his booth across from us over in the corner over there. He's got some amazing hand-painted bull shads and gills. They're crazy cool. But anyway, I want to introduce you guys to some friends of TRC, or an organization, a non-for-profit organization, TRC Covers, also partners with, and I want to introduce you to them. They're hanging out in the booth with us, and I want to talk a little bit about what they got going on. So representing Special Ops Survivors is Mike Nadu. Did I say it right? Yes, did I get it right? Yeah. Yes, so Mike here is with Team Special Ops Survivors, and we're a kayak fishing podcast. But I still think there are a lot of people, a lot of listeners that would love to hear about what you guys are doing over at Team Special Ops Survivors.
And first, this man is a Green Beret veteran, so big respect for that.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Okay, so Special Ops Survivors is actually founded by Navy SEAL. He saw that the lives weren't being taken care of. And he's like, well, the military does take care of them to a certain point, but after a couple of years, they need help still to adjust. So he started this organization, and we go around bass fishermen and raise awareness by just telling people what's going on. We fly flags when we go to tournaments in honor of a fallen Special Ops survivor. When we cover down the lives, it's from all services. All services are covered by us. It's not just Army or Navy. It's all services. If they need any help at all with going to school, babysitting, just if they need help monetarily, that's what we do. We do a lot of stuff, raffles and stuff for flags, hats. We go ahead and ask for donations for hats. That's our biggest money maker right now. $10 a hat. We're all over the place right now with our sponsors, and we're here with TRC right now. We got some guys over at Jewel. We got some guys down at Gator Guard. We got guys everywhere right now.
Awesome. So someone's not here at the Bassmasters Classic. How can they help out? How can they be a part with what you guys got going on over at Special Ops Survivors?
You can go to specialopsurvivor.org and make a donation.
Awesome. We'll drop a link for that in the post for you guys, so that you can check that out. So definitely give the guys over at Team Special Ops Survivors a follow, a like on Facebook. Go check out the website, and if you can, get involved. So thank you, Mike. Appreciate you.
We also got a big tournament November 7th at Lake Norman.
Lake Norman, November 7th. So if you guys have boats, go get involved. Head over there. If you got a friend in the bass boat world, Let them know what's going on with Team Special Ops Survivors, another amazing non-for-profit in the fishing industry. This is why I love this community. It's awesome. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate you. Thank you for your service. All right, guys. Another cool guest there. Hope you enjoyed that one. Go check them out, specialopsurvivors.org. We'll drop a link to that somewhere on the Paddle and Fin page at some point. So check them out. I'm gonna grab a drink of water. I'm like screaming over here so people can hear us in the crowd. You know,
it's a little disorienting because there's so many people walking by. It's crazy so many people that you'll see just walking by that you know in the fishing industry. It's very, very cool.
a little different than recording in the basement, huh?
Yeah, never recorded face to face. It's a little weird.
Oh, that's creepy. That's creepy. That's creepy. Sorry, guys. But this is super fun, and I hope if we ever get a chance to do this again, we can have some more people here with us from the crew, from the team, doing this. So also, if you're here at the show, TRC is giving away free covers. So all you got to come by and go in your email and get a free cover. So that's pretty awesome as well. So, well, we are coming up on that hour mark pretty quickly here.
Yeah.
Anything we forgot to talk about?
I don't think so.
No, I think we covered most of it with the tournaments. We'll on the next episode, we'll get back to recording with a special guest, with an epic guest, a winner of a tournament or a participant in a tournament. We'll do that very soon. We got like Lakeport coming up with the Bass series, of course. Maybe we'll pull in someone or a couple people from the top 10. I'm not sure. We'll figure it out.
how they did it.
Right, exactly. How did you figure out the fish in this crazy tournament? But we'll give it a second here. If you guys have any questions, drop them in the comments. We'll try and get those answered for you real quick. Otherwise, we're going to wrap this thing up here in just a minute. Oh, man. How much rain do you think we got?
A ridiculous amount. It was so bad that they had to open the floodgates on Logan Market. So it wasn't just the full dam. They actually opened floodgates. So it was epic amount of rain. I know here in Alabama in February, I know this was in March, but we usually get 3 inches of rain a year, I think, and we had, I don't know, 18 plus. It depends on where you're at, over 20 in a lot of places. So it was a tremendous amount of rain in February, and then leading up to the event, we also had a lot more rain than what we're used to get here. So it was different than what it usually is, and the conditions every single day, sometimes even in the part of the day, were changing. So people who did well, they were really happy to adjust.